Hello and welcome. In this presentation, I'm going to be sharing with you my process in creating content for my classroom using the YouTube platform. I plan on showing all the steps in the process from recording the video to editing and uploading. I'm going to try to cover all the steps that I take. I've made this video to focus on uploading videos for art teachers. It's not the only method out there, but it's the method that I'm used to. The beautiful thing about the video platform is once you have a video recorded, unless you need to make a major change to the lesson plan or something, it's there forever. It's online and you don't have to re-record it again. It's available for your students to see at any time. And another great thing is YouTube automatically has a translation software that plays along with its videos. So when you upload a video, everything you say is automatically translated into any language that Google has access to. So that's really awesome as well. Now, let me say that if you don't think that this method or any of the things that I'm going to be showing you is feasible for you for use in your classroom, then don't follow along with it. This video I mainly have created to show you my process, and if my process won't work for you, that's fine. The only thing I ask is that you follow this video through to the end. Try to take away things that you might find useful, that you might be able to use, and I hope that maybe I can share with you a few of my tips that I've used to create my online courses through YouTube. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to cover with you is gathering materials. What materials do you need to start recording your very own YouTube videos or videos for your classroom? The first thing is, how do you plan on recording your lessons? Because for me, I wanted to make sure that I had everything prepared. I wanted to have a video recording of me. I also wanted to make sure that I had all of my canvases and artworks and everything available for the students to see. And I wanted to have a separate camera so I could view some of the paints whenever I'm mixing up paints or focusing on other things. So plan this stuff out. Plan out what you wanted to do, what you want to use, and how you want it to be set up. Most of the things that you want to do, you probably have a lot of the items already in your house available to you. But let me start with what I did and my process. I run my own software company at home, and I've done that for several years, so I have a few extra computers laying around and a few electronics. So I have chosen to use my own personal computer that I use for business for my work. So right here, this is my own personal computer setup. You don't need anything special. I currently had all of this already set up for my own business anyway, so I just used what I already had. And that's the key thing that I want to tell you. Use what you have. Think about what you need and think about what you can use or modify to get the effects that you need. Now, it doesn't matter if you have a Windows machine or if you have a Mac or even a Chromebook. The programs that we're going to be using are available on all operating systems, so there's ways to make this work. Now, something that I did want to have is I wanted to have a really nice HD camera, like this right here. I chose to go with a webcam, and in fact, I wanted two HD webcams, one for me to show my artwork and one for me to look at my paints whenever I'm mixing. I also wanted something that had a built-in microphone because while this is nice, it's nice to get a nice crisp voice whenever I'm recording. I don't really like to enter Zoom meetings where I'm wearing a big massive headphone set, so I wanted a camera that had a microphone on it too. Now, the camera that I chose to get was a $65 camera that's on Amazon. I'm going to bring it up right here. And something I want to point out, I bought this right before COVID hit. And after COVID hit, the camera jumped from $65 to $125 because people were buying them off the shelf and price gouging. You don't need to spend more than $65 on a webcam. In fact, you can get really nice webcams for like $40. just look around Amazon, look around for a webcam that you like that says it's HD quality, that has a microphone, and that's probably all you're going to need. On the other hand, if you're using a school designated laptop, almost all of those come with a camera anyway. So in all actuality, this is completely optional. You don't even need this if you don't want it. Next thing, which again is something I already had, was headphones. And I mentioned this before, I wanted to have these headphones because it comes with a very nice crisp microphone on it. And I like that. It's really good for picking up your voice whenever you're doing painting tutorials, because no one sees this anyway whenever you're painting. They're looking at the painting. Now, I bought these for $30 on Amazon. If you want to get a pair like this, here's a link. Here's a picture of something similar on Amazon. Again, this is optional because most of the times your laptop will come with a pre-built microphone in it. Or if you have an iPhone, you probably have a pair of iPhone headphones, just like this. And these actually come pre-built with a microphone inside of them. And most of the time, the microphone that's in those actually work better than these. Now, you want to plug it up and make sure that it does actually work with your computer that you're using, but more than likely, it probably will. Next thing that I wanted to get was a tripod. And I was going to get well, actually I did. I purchased a tripod on Amazon. Turns out, I actually had one laying around the house. The tripod that I purchased off Amazon is actually the one that is on that camera right now. I have a very small tripod. It's about that big, and it's adjustable from here to there. It didn't cost very much. I think it was like 10 bucks, if that. Turns out I had a tripod for a cell phone, which you can adjust this and make it work for a webcam too. And I had one of these just laying around the house anyway, so I didn't really need to buy that. But I quickly learned that while the tripod is good for some things, it's not really that good for recording whenever you're painting, because you don't need a tripod that's this big. You need a tripod that's that tall. So instead of spending $100 and some on a tripod that was 3 to 4 foot tall, I ended up purchasing a microphone stand. My wife and I used to play a lot of Rock Band back in the good old Xbox days. So we had a spare microphone stand from that game just laying around, and I repurposed it to use for the webcam. So every time I need to use it, I just have a little pot holder grabber thing right here. Put the tripod in there, and I can adjust this up to any size I want. And that's all it is. It's just a standard little microphone stand. This also works whenever you need a overhead view. So if I'm drawing on my desk or something like that, I can use this same setup, combine it with my easel, and I'm going to pop up a picture right on the screen for you right here. And I can use this setup to actually record what's going on my table. Now, this is an actual photograph of my setup, but guess what? Nobody will ever see what's going on behind the camera. So if you need to use some duct tape to make something work so you don't have to spend $100, do it. It'll save you $100, it'll work, and you don't have to worry about it. Now, something that I ran into, and I'm sure you're going to run into this, or you possibly already have, easels like this. Whenever you start painting on them and you start applying pressure and you start actually like stabbing it like that, you can see right here it's moving and it's slowly going backwards. Whenever you're painting for about an hour or two, or you have your microphone stand rigged up on your easel like in the picture, the easel is eventually going to slide out from you, and it's not good. Instead, a trick that I have found is, I have a few of these weights around my house. We have lots of weights. Put a weight behind the back side of your easel. The third leg that sticks out on its own, put a weight behind it. That way the easel doesn't move and you don't have to worry about it. Is all the materials that I use, physical materials, to record my videos. Very simple. I barely spent any money whatsoever. I might have spent a total of $100 from something I didn't already have, but the beautiful thing about it is you can make it work with what you currently have. Okay, the next step that we're going into is how you're going to record your video. We have all the supplies that you need. Now it's time for recording. I'll go ahead and jump to that part. This is OBS. It's available for all the different operating systems, as you can see. OBS is fantastic because you can literally do as much or as little as you want with it. It is phenomenal product. It's great for recording, and once you get it set up, it works basically flawlessly every single time. So let me go ahead and show you the setup that we have here. This right here is me currently recording with OBS, and you can see a bunch of mice going on in the background. Little trippy, I know, but what this is, I am currently recording myself recording, so you can see everything going on here. Whenever you first start up OBS, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be a blank screen. You're not going to have anything on here, just going to have the desktop audio right here and nothing else there. OBS is like any other computer. It will not do anything unless you tell it to do something. So what we're going to need to do with our sources right down here, we are going to need to tell it where our camera is. We are also going to need to tell it where our microphone is, and we need to tell it if we need to record a screen. So go down to your sources, and we're going to hit this little plus button right here. This is going to add a source. And the first thing we're going to add a webcam. So I'm going to go down here to video capture device. That's what I'm going to click. And whenever I add in a video capture device, it's going to ask me for a name. I'm just going to put the standard name. And then it's going to ask me what video capturing device we want. And currently the only camera I have available for this setup is the HD Pro webcam. So if I select that, there I am. I'm available. Hello. Wait, is it this one? It's that camera. I have two cameras, so it's kind of hard for me to tell which one it is. Okay. If you want to make this resolution better, all you have to do is go down here to resolution, and you select custom, and then you can tell it whatever resolution you want. This is completely optional. It doesn't matter. I personally know my resolution is going to be at this right here, and it should automatically adjust. Again, this is optional. You don't want to do that. You don't have to. You can just leave it alone. And whenever you're satisfied with everything, hit OK. Great thing about this, if you want to adjust your screen size, all you have to do is just drag this right in the corner, and it's just like anything else on the computer. You can adjust the screen size to anything you want, and you can move it around entirely. Okay, so I'm going to leave that up like that. The next thing that I'm going to add in is a microphone, because right now if we hit record, you're going to see the picture of me, but you're not going to hear any audio. So we need to add in a microphone. How we do that, we go back to the add button in the source, and then we go up to audio input capture. That means that whatever audio is going in to your computer, like this microphone here, it's going to be captured. So we need to do that. It tells you to put a name in, and it's going to be that name. That's fine. And then it's going to ask you what device that you want. This is where you can select either your webcam, which is this option right here, or if you're having a microphone, you can select this. And either one of those two will be fine. So I'm going to select the microphone from the webcam and hit OK. And as you can see over here in the middle, we now have a bar that's going up, and you can see where it's peaking at and all that stuff. That is the audio. So now you can see that you have audio being recorded. Something I want to show you about audio. You may notice that this audio has an X on it. That is because I have clicked that, and it turns off the audio. This audio is a desktop audio. I like to leave that audio off because I get a lot of emails and I really hate whenever I'm giving a presentation and I hear ding. I hate that. So I usually turn that off. And if I turn this off, you can see that I no longer have audio going through my microphone, so it's not going to pick it up. You need to make sure that that is left on if you're going to be recording. Also, if you plan on showing a video to your students, you need to make sure your desktop audio is on, because otherwise you're not going to hear it because it's going through your computer, not through here. Anyway, different topic. Okay, so the next thing that I want to show you is how to record a screen. And recording a screen, very easy to do. This is the same way if you're having a presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up a presentation right here. So I have a presentation. I'm going to drag it on top of this screen so you can actually see it. I have it right here brought up. And I want to show it over top of my screen. So what I'm going to do, go to the Add button again. And I want to go to Display Capture. Display Capture means that you are capturing the display or the monitor on your computer. And if you have multiple monitors set up, you select which monitor, but click that. You say OK for the automatic name. And right here, you can select which monitor you have that you want. And I currently have 3 monitors hooked up on my computer. So I can select either one of those, and that's the monitor I want. So I'm going to hit OK. And as you can see, I can scroll down, I can adjust it, I can do whatever I want. And whenever I go to preview, all I have to do is just, there we have it. There is my presentation. So now I can go through my presentation on Scratchboard work. And there we have it. Now let's say that you want to have your picture over top the presentation. That is very simple to do right here. All you have to do is select your video capture and you are going to drag and drop it up top. And now I am over top of all the other things. So I can zoom that down and look, I have my picture over top the presentation and I can keep going through it. Really great setup for people because they like to have this option. You can also crop these images and things like that if you want to make them smaller, bigger, things like that. All the settings are in here. This is the basics. This is all you need to know to go ahead and get started with it. So you have the presentation, you have a webcam, you have a microphone. That's it. So what about recording? You're all set up, you're ready to record your video. Recording is very simple. All you have to do is click Start Recording. But before you do that, you want to know where your video is going to be recorded to. So to do that, you go down here to Settings. And then in your output, if you select that, you can see exactly where your videos are going to be saved in the recording. You can change this to any place you want. Just click Browse, go in here, change it. I'm going to leave mine the same right here with videos. And I'm going to click OK. So now, whenever I hit record, and I'm going to start recording it so we can see. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I'm going to go over and go to that video. And I'm going to see if it recorded it. So let me bring up my videos here. Okay, and the video should populate right there. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go ahead and cut in here. This is in post, which means I forgot to add something in. The program that I'm using right here to play my video is a program called VLC. And VLC is a free application available on almost every operating system and even hardware. For instance, my TV came installed with it. So, I mean, that's shocking to me. But you can even install this on video game systems and other things like that. This program's completely free, available online. VLC will play any video format that you feed it. So, great program. In case you need to view the video that you recorded, VLC is great for that. Okay, back to the video. Now, whenever you want to streaming is something I will show you later, but streaming, also simple to do. All you have to do, go into your settings, and all your stream settings is right here. I'll show you how to do that later, but just keep in mind, when you stream, it is like you are there in person. You can save your recording later, but when you stream, whatever you say is there. It's like you're talking to somebody in real life. The great thing about recording something for later is you can always go back and edit it, which is what we're going to do next. Okay, so the next section we're going to be looking at is video editing. And video editing is something that can be handled by lots of programs. Personally, I absolutely loved Microsoft Maker. It was so simple, it was easy to use, it was drag and drop, click, you're done. However, Microsoft Movie Maker is no longer available. They're trying to get rid of it. So, the program that I have found that still has the same basic drag and drop features as Microsoft Movie Maker, but yet has more features for those of you who want to go more in depth and add text and things like that. The program I've found that allows that is one called OpenShot Video Editor. And again, free application, 100% free. And you can see that this is my video files. This is a video that I was currently working on. It's Scratchboard, so I had that presentation up. And then I show a live demonstration all right here. So it's really easy to use once you get used to it. It is a little complicated and daunting at first though, but I'm going to step you through the process of all that you need to know with it. So first off, I'm going to close out of this and I'm going to open up a clean project for you. Okay, so this is OpenShot Video Editor. This is what you're going to be greeted with whenever you first get the application up and going. First thing you're going to notice, there is no files available at all, and that's because you have to add the files to it that you want. So we're going to go into my videos folder, which I have right here, and this is the video that I just recorded for us, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drag and drop that in there. So all I have to do is just click, drag, and I'm going to drop it right here in the project files area. And you can do the same thing with still pictures as well. So I have a picture right here. I can actually drag and drop that in there too if I want to. And there we have a picture and we have the video. Pretty simple. Now, to get the video into an area where you can edit it, what you're going to need to do is drop it down here into the timeline. And the timeline, I want you to think of it as a set time that things happen at that certain time. You also have different tracks. Think of the tracks kind of like layers. Layer 1 is at the bottom and layer 2 is over that, so you can put things over top of other things in there. It's a little complicated, like I said, but once you get used to it, it's going to be very simple. So to add stuff to your timeline, you need to drag and drop it down here, and you can see that the video takes up a certain amount of time by the width, and you need to drop it all the way over against the side of whatever track you want to put it on. I like to put my videos on track 2 just in case I want something behind it that I don't want to see, and I like to put my audio on track 3 if I have any, like music or something like that, but all that's optional. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my video down on track 2. Drag it all the way over to the left and drop it down. That way, if I hit play, testing, 1, 2, 3. You can see that my video lasts 4 seconds. It's right there, and it's on track 2. It started at the very beginning. Now, on the other hand, if I move this video right here, and I adjust my time all the way back, and I hit play, we're going to have about 8 seconds of black on the screen. That's because I didn't bring the video all the way over to the left. You have to do that, otherwise you're going to have an empty space that, well, you don't want. So this video is kind of small. I'm going to show you how you can zoom in. You can zoom in with these buttons right here with the negative and plus. You can zoom in by just dragging this down, or you can zoom out by showing a lot more time, and you can see the time increase right here just by zooming out. And I'm going to go ahead and play it again. Testing. Now let's say that I wanted to take out a section of this, because that's what happens a lot of time with videos. You record something, you don't like it, you want to take something out. It's very easy to do, and this is this part that I love about this program because it's so simple. All you have to do is take the scissor icon, drag it down here to wherever you want the splice to be at. I like to play it until I get to the point. Like I want to cut it off right there. I just drag this down, and all I have to do is make one click. Boom. Now I have two separate video files, and I can deselect my cutting tool and I can move that anywhere I want. Or if I want to completely remove a section, I click that scissor icon again. I click right here, and now all I have to do is select this and delete it. All I had to do is I hit the delete button and it's gone. That's it. So now I'm going to drag this all the way over and let it butt up against the other video, and now it's going to be a seamless transition from this section to that section. And that's it. That's as simple as it gets with that. I know it's a little bit of a setup, but if you wanted to add something like that, it's that simple. Now with the pictures, if you wanted to add in some pictures to this, you can see the pictures have a very big timeline and frame on it. This is where the layers come in, because that image is transparent. So you can see that it is over top of the video. That's where the layers come in. That's why it's handy. You can drop this back behind the video, and guess what? You won't see it anymore. But this is also optional. You don't have to worry about this. The main feature that you want to look at is the snip tool or the razor tool. That's it. That is the main section. If you want to cut something off, you can. The reason why this is great, I am going to go ahead and tell you 99.9% of the time, you are going to be recording a video and you say something that you don't like and you don't want to re-record the whole video. Well, that's fine. All you have to do is back yourself up about 3 seconds, give yourself some time, take a deep breath, do it again. When you come into the video editing process right here, all you have to do, you have to rewatch your video, or you write down when that happened, and then you take it out. It's that simple. That's going to save you so much time as opposed to re-recording the entire lesson all over again. Okay, so let's say that we have this done. We are satisfied with this video. How do we get this video project out for the students to see? Well, you are going to need to export the video first. So how you export the video is you go up to File and you go to Export. That's it, just File and Export Video. It's going to come up with this window right here where it's going to ask you where to save it. I'm actually going to pick my videos right here, and then I'm going to say for the name it whatever you want. This is going to be a test video. And then you can change all these settings around if you want. I leave it alone at the same settings and I just hit export. And depending on the size of your video, the edits that you do, it's going to be different every time. So the amount of time that it takes, it's dependent on your computer, dependent on a lot of things. So let me go over here. We're going to look at the test video, which I have right here. And I'm going to open that up. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's our video. 3 seconds. Very simple. Okay, so we covered how to record your video. We covered how to edit your video. Now I'm going to be showing you how you can upload your video to YouTube or any other platform you want. I'm going to be using YouTube because it's something that I'm used to, and it also integrates well with most platforms. So let's go ahead, jump over to YouTube, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so here we are in my YouTube platform. Now the YouTube platform is very easy to set up. You can find lots of different videos on that online. Basically, if you have a Google account or your school account or something like that, you probably already have a YouTube channel set up and you don't even know it. So I'm going to step you through the process of setting up a upload. First off, you're going to go to YouTube. Right now I'm in my dashboard. You can get to your dashboard by clicking on your account right here and drop down into Studio, and you can select that or YouTube dashboard. You don't have to be here. You can actually upload a video from anywhere. All you have to do is click the Create button right up here and then go to Upload Videos. And you're going to be greeted with this little window here. It's very easy to upload your video. Once you have your video done, all you need to do is select it, drag it, and drop it. That's it. And then YouTube's going to do this little animation. It's going to send it up and it's going to upload it. This is a 3-second video, so it's not going to take any time at all to upload. Yours will take much longer. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, your title. You want to make this kind of unique, but you also want to say what it is. This is going to be a sample video for the presentation. And then the description. In my descriptions of my videos, what I like to do is I like to give my students their rubrics. I like to tell them what exactly they're going to be doing. I like to give them all the information about the lesson. So I actually have one that I uploaded right here, so I can show you. Virtual art gallery tour, browse an online art gallery, and this is the description. So it's Art 1. Lesson duration is 1 class period, 45 minutes apiece. The unit topic is art gallery viewing. Students will visit an online art gallery and research one artwork that stands out to them. The assignment is right here with some questions, a link to the online art gallery. That's it. It's pretty simple, pretty, straight to it, but you want to have this just in case the students don't know exactly what to do. So that is the description. So the description of this video is going to be, this is a sample video. There we go. The thumbnail, you probably won't be able to select this right away because your video has to completely upload and then it has to process. If you want to upload a custom thumbnail, you can. I just usually pick one of the ones that we have here, and that's good enough. Next is your playlist. I love to have playlists on YouTube because I have them for Art 1, Art 2, Art 3, Art 4, and all my other lessons that I have to follow along with. That way I can put them all into a playlist. I can say to my Art 1 students, hey, go here, this is a video. Or if we missed a day in class, I can say, hey, Art 2 student, the lesson that you missed in class is covered on this video, go here. That way they can also look forward and see what's coming up in the class. Anyway, I like to do playlists. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you can select whichever ones you want there. Next, and this is something that was just changed in YouTube, I believe the end of 2019. And this is, it's worded very strange, but basically it says, is this video geared towards children, and are you going to be promoting to children? It's asking you if this has children in it, if there are children in it, or if you're trying to market to children. You have to say no, because if you say yes, YouTube's not going to put this up on their website because they got sued for, well, marketing to children, which is illegal. So you need to say no. This does not have kids in it. I know it says made for kids, but if you click this age restriction right here, then it says these videos are not shown to certain areas of YouTube. Okay, so the first thing you want to click, your audience. No, it does not contain kids. Your next one, is there an age restriction on it? No, there is no age restriction on it. If you click more options right here, this is where you can actually market or promote your video. You don't have to do this because, again, you're not giving it out. You're not putting it out there to get popular or to get video hits. You're doing this for your students. If you want to add in taglines, you can put them in here, like for instance, art, painting, how-to video, learn to paint. All this is fine. You can do that. But this is just going to help your video hit top ranking or show up more on searches. If you're not worried about it, don't worry about it. The rest of this is completely optional. You don't have to worry about it because you're not going to be doing anything like that. And then you're going to click next. Now the video elements, this option right here, the add in screen, this is good because it will let you pick what videos show up next if you don't have a playlist set up for them. So if you want to lead your lessons from one video to the next video, you can have a little window at the very end of your video that says, hey, the next video you want to watch is part 2 right here, or the next lesson is this lesson. So you can add those in so students can just jump to the next lesson if they want to. I kind of add these in, I kind of don't. It's like, if you don't want to worry about it, don't worry about it. If you do, go for it. It's a nice little feature. Okay, the next step is visibility. The save or publish. This means that you want to save or publish it, and it's automatically selected. You cannot deselect it. The private video means that only you can watch this video. Okay, so in case you want something up there, but only you want to see it and you don't want anyone else to see it, you want to select this to private. Unlisted means anybody can watch the video if you give them a link. So if you have something that you want to watch, but you're not for sure if it's copyrighted or not, and you don't want to get in trouble, like for instance, you want to show a Bob Ross video, you have one, you want to upload it, you want to upload a section of it, something like that, but you're not for sure, then you can select the unlisted. And then you can just give that URL to your students and say, hey, go here and watch this video. That way you don't have to worry about it. The next thing is public. Public means that everybody can watch your video. So this is what you typically want to select. A premiere means that whenever it airs for the first time, you can't fast forward through it. That doesn't really matter. You don't have to worry about that. Now, this is an option that I use a lot, and this is schedule, which means, well, is what it sounds like. You pick a date, you pick a time, and you say, this is when this video is going live. That's it. Once you have your video selected, all you have to do is hit schedule. It's up there. Okay. So the next thing I want to show you is how you can stream your videos online and what streaming means. Streaming is just like recording, except whatever you do, you're doing it live. Live presentation is not as scary as you think because it's a way for you to interact with your students, and you can do it on a platform like YouTube where you can get all kinds of different feedback and you can really interact with your kids as you are painting or as you're doing a live demonstration or something like that. It's a really fun platform, and it's a lot easier than recording something and editing it later. If you want something quick, you can stream it. Okay, so I'm going to go back here, and the first thing we want to do, we want to go into our settings, and we want to go to our stream. And this right here is what we want to look at, the stream key. The stream key will change every time that you make a change to your streaming setting. And how you do that, I'm going to go back over here to my YouTube, and I'm going to go to create, and I'm going to click go live. Whenever I do that, I'm brought to a new window right here, and it's going to ask me to reuse my old settings or if I'm going to dismiss it and start from new. I'm going to go ahead and hit dismiss so I can show you. This is the same thing we covered before, where you type in a title. You type if it's public, if it's unlisted, if it's private. You type a description. You say what your genre is. I'm always going to leave mine as education. You can schedule it for later, upload a custom thumbnail. You say no, it's not, doesn't have kids in it. No, it's not for people over the age of 18. And then you click create stream. So same setup we had before. Now the things that we want to look at. The stream key is right here, and you do not ever want to show this, because if you show this, that means anybody can get on your stream and start streaming anything they want to your video. You don't want to show this. So I'm going to go ahead and hit copy right here, and I'm going to go into OBS again, which is, let's see if I can bring that up right here. Why can I not bring that up? Okay, there it is. Okay. This is your stream key. I'm going to take that, I'm going to paste that right in here, and I'm going to hit apply and OK. And if I start streaming this, I'm going to show you, right now it does not say go live. But if I start streaming, it should pop up in just a second or two saying that we're connected. Green light right here means that we are connected. And it says we have excellent connection. It says we are connecting to the streaming software. And there we have go live. And as you can see right now, the video is set to private, so they can't actually see me. Sorry guys, not going live today. But you can see that we're right there. And anytime we can click this button. If I click this button, it's going to start sending me live. So I'm going to go ahead and click it so I can show you. We are going live. And we are live. So this video is private. No one can actually see it. But there we have it. Something that I do want to show you is right down here. These are settings that you can change before you hit go live. Normal latency means that you're going to have about 30 seconds to a minute between people responding or commenting and you actually being able to respond back. This is fine because you have HD quality video that you can stream with this setting. But if you want instant feedback, like someone up there says, hey, I love the artwork, and you want to say thank you really quick, you need to change this to low latency. That means that it's going to be immediate right then, just a couple second delay, but it's also not going to be able to stream in HD. That's something that you want to consider. So whenever you get done streaming live, all you have to do is you want to go back to your OBS and click Stop Stream. When you stop stream, it's going to stop it here. It's going to start feeding it over here, and eventually it's going to say not connected or no connection. See, no data. And then at that point, you can hit End Stream, and then your stream's done. That simple. You can see a video editing of it, how long it lasted, things like that. You can edit it in your video studio, or you can just dismiss it and it gets saved to your streams. So in your streams, you can watch all your previous videos by going to your dashboard, videos, uploads, or your lives. That's it. Pretty straightforward and simple. And I'm going to go ahead and delete that because I don't want that on there. I have brought up the first website that I want to show you, and this is called bensound.com. This is a great resource for getting free music that you can add to your videos. And what I mean by free, if you click on this and you say download, it's going to tell you that there is a free license available, and all you have to do to use this is to put this in the description, music, and then the link. So it tells everybody where they got the music from. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can purchase the right to use the music, but all of this music on here is royalty free, and you can use it. So, I mean, there's lots to pick from. You can get different examples. This is an example of one. Lots of different ones to pick from, and completely free. If you're wanting to look for images to add in, you can go right here to unsplash.com. This has a lot of different images, and they're all royalty free. Most of them you don't even have to put a link in the description saying you got them from there. You can just look up whatever you want. And I use this a lot for my reference pictures that we paint in class. So in case that there's an image that I want to look up, I can just look up landscape. And I know that all of these images are royalty free. And I can just click on one of these and There it is. It's right there for me. I can download it completely free, any size, and it'll come up with a little window that says right here, you can thank whoever that is by putting in the description, hey, look, this was taken by this person. You can just use this image and paint it. There's so many different things up there, and you don't have to worry about copyright infringement or anything like that. You don't have to worry about images that you find on Google. This is royalty-free images that you can use in reference to your class. Okay, I would like to thank everybody for joining me in this video presentation. I hope that maybe I have helped you figure out a few things that you'd like to use, and maybe you'll be able to use some of the things that I've shown you. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to follow along with our classes or maybe watch the rest of our videos, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, because I'm going to try to be uploading more lessons throughout the next couple weeks so we can have all of my class lessons online. If you are a teacher and you would like to use any of my lessons in your classroom, feel free to go ahead and do that. Just leave a comment and let me know that you liked them and that you are going to be using them, because I love to hear from you all. I love to see that I might actually be helping somebody else in their classroom. So if you wouldn't mind, just let me know. Drop me a comment, give me a thumbs up. Until next time, thank you all very much, and I hope you have a great day.